The road was always quiet. Too quiet. A stretch of fog and silence where the world felt empty, swallowed whole by the mist. But one evening something changed. A slow-moving van, an old man with empty eyes, and a voice too soft, too sweet. Before we dive into this chilling story, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the video reach more people and supports the channel. Now, let's get into it. It happened years ago, when I was just a young teenager, but the memory still haunts me. Back then, my family and I lived on a lonely hill overlooking an abandoned village. The village, long stripped of life, was a place of fog and silence, tucked away along a dead-end highway. No stores, no motels, just houses, most of them belonging to the elderly, and the rest left to rot in the salty breeze. It was the kind of place where strangers stood out, especially in the colder months, when no tourists dared to visit. Every afternoon after school, I made the 15-minute walk along the highway to check the mailbox. The road stretched towards the city, with only a handful of houses beyond mine, before the land turned to dense trees and a marsh. The air was thick with the mist, the kind that swallowed sight and sound, making the world feel eerily small. One evening, as I walked back home, with the damp chill clinging to my skin, I heard the rattling of an approaching vehicle. It moved at an agonizing crawl, its headlights dull beams in the dense fog. A dark red minivan, it rolled to a stop about 10 feet ahead of me, its presence pressing against the quiet. I hesitated, but continued forward, assuming the driver was lost. Inside sat an old man, his frail frame hunched slightly over the wheel, wisps of gray hair barely clinging to his scalp. His watery, dull blue eyes met mine. "Hello, young lady," he greeted, his voice soft, too soft. "Hi," I responded cautiously. His words were casual, mundane, forgettable, but something about him set my nerves on edge. In the passenger seat sat a small, fluffy white dog, trembling. I watched as the man gestured with one hand, while the other remained between the two front seats, gripping something metallic. Each time he moved, the dog flinched, recoiling into itself. After what felt like an eternity, he turned his head away and drove off towards the city. I exhaled, chalking it up to a strange encounter with a lonely old man. A week passed, and I nearly forgot about him. But then, as I made my usual trek to the mailbox, I heard the familiar rattle of the minivan. My stomach clenched. I ducked into the ditch, heart pounding, watching as the vehicle crept by. The old man's eyes scanning the roadside, slow, deliberate, like a predator seeking prey. I scrambled out and hurried to grab the mail. The road ahead was long and empty, the houses left behind, and I walked faster, gripping the cold envelopes like they were a lifeline. Then, from the mist, he emerged again. The minivan roared towards me, faster this time, the tires kicking up loose gravel, my pulse hammering in my ears. I had no place to hide this time. He pulled up beside me, rolling down the window. "Hello, dearie," he said, his voice sticky with something sickly sweet. "Why were you down in the ditch earlier?" My breath hitched. He had seen me. "Oh, I thought I saw a cat," I reply, lying. His lips curled into something that was meant to be a smile. "You like animals, dearie? My puppy loves kids. You can get in the back seat and play with her." His tone was coaxing, inviting, like a fisherman luring a catch. I stepped back, no thanks. His hand shot out, bony fingers clamping around my arm. "Please, dearie, I insist. I can drive you home. You live half." He rattles off my address. And my veins turn to ice. How did he know where I lived? I yanked free and ran. I heard the engine shift, the van creeping backward to follow me. My legs burned, but I didn't stop until I reached my aunt's house, pounding on her door with all my strength. She let me in, and I used her phone to call my mother. The police said there was nothing they could do with that license plate number. My mother forbade me from walking alone after that, but the old man kept coming. Twice a week, the red minivan would appear, always slow, always watching. One day, my neighbor confronted him, asking why he was lurking around. The old man just chuckled. "Oh, I'm just a lonely gentleman," he mused. "I saw a woman in her garden one day, and she captured my heart." My neighbor told him she was married. The man just grinned. Love takes work. And then he drove off. My neighbor reported the plate number to the police. When they checked, they discovered that the van had been stolen months ago. Then, one evening, he came to my house. My parents were outside, raking leaves as the fog curled around them. The minivan slowed, then stopped. The old man leaned out. "Where is she?" he asked, his voice laced with something sickly familiar. "I miss our time together. She's been neglecting me." My father saw red. He grabbed a tool from the yard and charged at the van. The old man peeled away, tires screeching against the damp pavement. A few nights later, I was up late, curled up in the den playing a game. The TV's glow flickered across the window. Outside, the fog was thick again, swallowing the street lamp's light. And then I saw it. The red minivan rolled to a stop just beyond our driveway. The engine cut out. My breath hitched as the driver's side door opened, and the old man stepped out. He walked toward the house. I sank deeper into the chair, pressing myself into the shadows, heart hammering against my ribs. He stopped just beyond the window, staring, watching. Then, inexplicably, he laid down in the street. He remained there, unmoving, for nearly an hour. Finally, he stood up, dusted himself off, and drove away. The police arrived too late, as always. He was gone. Then one day, he disappeared for good. Our neighbor, a man with little patience for fear, spotted the van in a driveway of a house recently put up for sale. Furious, he stormed toward it, but as he neared, he saw something dark smeared across the passenger window. Blood. Inside, he found the dog's lifeless body, a wallet, an ID, a bloodied wrench. The man had fled, leaving behind his identity. The police finally traced him. He had been released from prison not long before. His crimes unknown because they never told us. The nightmares never left me. I still wonder, late at night, if he ever found someone else to haunt. That's our story for today. Chilling, creepy, and a reminder of how lucky I am. No one ever decided to stalk me like that. I know I haven't been the most consistent with uploads, and I truly appreciate your patience through this time. I've been dealing with a lot of pain, which makes recording content quite difficult, but thankfully I'm feeling better now and ready to get back on track. If you made it this far into the video, drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like the video, as every interaction helps spread my content to a wider audience. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you did. That's it for now, and until next time, stay safe and stay spooky. Bye!